Hello everyone, and you're so much welcome to today's tutorial, and I still remain your shoemaking made easy tutor Ojurole Mojibola, and today I am going to be explaining to us how I created this Gladiator, or if you want to call it a Strappy Heel sandal, how I actually transformed this particular one into what I have here. Now, if you're watching my channel for the first time, ensure you subscribe to my channel, press the notification bell so that each time I upload a video, you will be notified. Sit back and I'm gonna be right back. So let's go ahead and then couple our Strappy Heel sandal. Now, don't forget that we are going to be having them in different tiers. So I have to open up this one. It's very important. Now, I need you to see what my edge coat looks like on my center pattern. I decide to coat my center pattern. You can see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and arrange our straps. Don't forget that we have 7.5, we have 10, we have 9, if I'm correct. Yes, we have 9, and then like that. So with what we have here now, I'm going to first of all place my 7.5, and I'll make sure it's about 0.5 centimeter away from the edge. So this is my ruler from the edge. Don't forget, the calibration starts from here. Never start the measurement from the edge. Please don't be doing that. It starts from this first calibration here. I hope you can see that. So that's where it starts. So I'm going to start my punching right on top of this, on top of 1. I think 1 is fair enough. If you want to use 0.5 is fine, but I think 1 centimeter is quite fair, or is 0.75. You understand? So if we are using is 0.75, then we can go ahead and then pick this side. So you need it to be about 0.5 to 0.75 from the edge, so that it will not also cut off. You can see this about 0.6. Let me punch it so that we can see. And see what I have. I think that is quite wide. Let me try and use a smaller path, a smaller punch. If you don't have this, you can use our normal hollow punch. You can see what I have here. So make sure it's about 0.5 centimeter or 0.7 centimeter away from the edge. Mine is 0.6 centimeter away. So between 0.5 and this side too can be 0.5 to 1 centimeter. So you also do the same thing on this particular part. The next thing is you can use your strap. No, and now I need you to understand that you can decide to actually make use of a paper pattern to actually place this. You can make use of a paper pattern. You don't have to do it directly on your pattern, so that in case you make a mistake, you will be able to correct it immediately. So from what I have here, make sure that it's covering it. Make sure it's covering what you punch. Make sure it's covering it. Make sure this is covering it as well. You can see before you pick the lower part. So I'm going to be punching right away. Now you can use your utility knife to cut it open, but I'm going to be using my seam ripper to do that. Now the seam ripper, what it's meant for is for you to lose the seam, to lose your seam. So, but I find out that it works very well when I'm opening, creating an opening for my strap. Although you have to be very careful, they are in different sizes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to insert the first strap. You can see I'm inserting it from up. I didn't go from under. You can see it's not from under, from up here. Insert it. Insert. It's better for this opening to be small than for it to be too wide, but then it must not be too tight as well. So we have completed our first step. Now the next one, all you need to do is to measure 2 centimeters away from this. I told us that 2 centimeters is not going to be from the edge of your measuring ruler. No, from your ruler. Make sure that you start from the calibration point. You can see what I have. Make sure it starts from here. So measure 2 centimeters away from that last one. This is where I have my 2 centimeters. Do the same thing on this other side as well. You can see the way I'm trying to fix it inside. And then this is 2 centimeters. So that is where the next one is going to start from. So invariably, I'm going to do what I did to this one on this. Measure another 2 centimeters again and then place this on it. Measure another 2 centimeters again away from that and insert the back pattern, which has the strap, before I finally insert my buckle strap, which is this. So we have 2 centimeter interval for each and every of the strap according to what I measured. So your own can actually be different from this because you might be using a smaller size. So please, I need you can try to arrange it on it, you understand, to be able to know how to actually go about that. But for this particular length, this will work quite well, especially if you are using the same weight with me. If you are using the same weight and you are working with a 39 or 40 size, it will definitely work perfectly well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing I did to this for the next steps, and then on the next one and all down. So now let's go into lesson of our Gladiator or Strappy Heel sandal. So as you can see what I have now, we have already coupled all of this. We are just going to go ahead and last. Now to last, you know I love to use my fingers. If you want to use your foot, you can decide to just place your foot right on top of it. This way you can place your foot. I've taught us severally, you can place your foot just to locate all of the points. Start from this. This is quite important. Ensure that it grabs the smallest toe. That is very important. Ensure it grabs the smallest toe. Ensure this is at the center. This should be at the center. So it may look as if your full toes are outside, well, because it's a very tiny strap, that will definitely happen. So you can arrange the others. I think the first thing, the major one that you need to position is just the first strap, because of your toes and your toes, majorly just because of your toes. So these ones will definitely align themselves by themselves, as well as the back pattern too. Now our back pattern might not look like what you want, because this is looking like a flat sandal. Now is not flat, so you might have to put your leg on your sole just to be able to achieve what you want it to look like. You can see what it looks like here. I'm going to be using my shoe last because I have a shoe last, but the most important thing is this toe part. If you get it, fine, you are good to go. So all you need to do now is hold this place down. It may not be looking like it, but trust me, this strap is a tiny one and you can afford to actually adjust it upwards, or else the smallest toe will be so badly hurt. So that is that point. And if you don't want to use your foot, probably you are not the owner, I would suggest you make use of your palm this way. I've told us severally, this is the leg, this is actually the right leg, but if you turn it this way, it look more like the left. So place your left hand on it. So if you place your left hand, you'll be using this side of your, just because the strap is not wide, it's just 1.5 centimeter. So I'm going to be using this side of my hand, this side of my hand. Now let me show us this side of my hand. Can you see that is exactly the same point with your foot? That side of my hand. Now let us place this time around. I'm going to be using this side. You can see that it's the same thing. So many times like that, when I use my hand, I'm sure some of us have tried it and will find out it's always very accurate. I want you to know that your finger works perfectly well if you want to last your footwear, but I just wanted us to see that using your leg and using your finger will actually work quite well. It depends on the way you see it as a person. So when I'm using my finger in my tutorial, I'm sure next time you will believe what I am trying to teach you. So as we have it now, all we need to do is apply gum, apply our contact adhesive on all the sides, which is this. Apply them all around it, apply them also on the edges of this, and then we'll use our shoe last. This is actually her heel shoe last. You will find out that the mouth is actually upward, so it's actually a heel shoe last. You can see what we have. That's what we're going to be using to last. So now as you can see, this is dry. So I'm going to be using my heel last for my final lasting. So don't forget to position it. If you know you will not be able to hold it properly this way, I'm going to suggest that you can hold it down with a nail. You can start to hold it down, but you know you have to be careful so that it won't be showing here. So you can try to just hold it this way. Try to hold it just like I am holding it right now. You can see what I'm trying to do here. So place this right there. Place this right here, because at least now we know what we are using. We know the mark. We have already marked it, so we are just going there to use. Don't forget we have already marked it. So put it right there. Come to this other side. You can make sure that this is at the center line of the shoe last. Bring it here and position it right there as well. You can see it's right there. So next is we are going to begin to do that gently. I'm going to begin to do that gently. So this would be for this. Come to this side and try to also fix it. So invariably you'll be having about 2 centimeter distance. That's what you're going to be having. Ensure that this is properly positioned. That's very important. Ensure that this back is positioned properly. So I'm going to continue with this side. Position this, and then try to position this as well, ensuring that the center pattern is still at the center. You have to ensure that it's at the center. Now let's go to the back pattern. So for the back pattern, don't forget it's going to be high up. The excess we have here will be high up here. Of course, our last is also quite high. So now we got to position the back appropriately. Now if you want to hold this down, you can decide to hold it down with your buckle. Yes, you might need to punch. So I'm just going to punch just to hold that side down. So if you think you won't be able to walk without holding that part down, you might need to actually hold it down that way. So we're going to go ahead like that. I've taught us severally how we can fix this. So you can see what I have this way. Sorry, you can see what I have. You can see what we have here as well. perfectly laying on themselves. You can see this is just how to go about our lasting. If you have any excess like I'm having here, I'm just going to try to tidy them up so you can see what we have. See this. So all we need to do is just the ankle nest. You can see how lovely it looks. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is we are going to be applying our transparent gum, and we are going to go ahead and then bottom our Gladiator heel sandal, and if you want to call it a Strappy heel sandal, fine. Now you can see what our final Strappy heel sandal or Gladiator sandal, as the case may be. I hope you know you can continue with this round. In case you want your own to be more like you want this particular Gladiator style to move up to your probably below your knee, all you need to do is to continue to add as much strap as possible. You can see this is quite short and it's just for one, so you make it as long as what you want and continue to add this strap. Of course, you have to increase this particular length as well to where you want it to stop. So I want to believe you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section what you have learned from this particular video. And let me also know in the comment section what you are going to be loving me to actually create for you in my next video. Don't forget to join the Mule class. My classes are always as much as possible affordable. When it becomes a cost, trust me, it's not something you want to go near. So once again, thank you for joining me today, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.